All right, welcome everyone to What You Need to Know Wednesdays. This is our BNI Regional Weekly Get Together, and we have an amazing speaker today. She happens to be the Regional Executive Director for Southeast Texas, and I'm so excited that she's come to talk to us today about making lemonade out of lemons.
Yes.
So, Natasha Garrett, if you would please just give us a quick introduction, tell us what chapter you're in and a little bit about your region, and then jump into content. I'm really excited about your talk today.
All right, awesome. Thanks for having us. So my name is Natasha Garrett. I am an owner with my husband of a commercial contracting company, G&G Enterprises Construction Corp, and we do serve Southeast Texas. In addition to that, I had the great opportunity in December of 2018. I am the franchise owner and executive director for BNI Texas Greater Golden Triangle. And we serve 5 counties through BNI, building chapters exactly like BNI Houston East, but we serve Chambers County, Jefferson, Orange, Hardin, and Liberty County. So we are sister chapters. I have been a proud BNI member of the BNI All-Stars for September was 6 years. And so BNI for us was just a way we marketed our commercial contracting company. It's changed not the way we did business, it changed the way I marketed my business, and it allows me to do what I love to do, which is help people and help people be successful and help Southeast Texas have businesses that will stand the test of time through word of mouth referrals. So I love BNI. If you don't like BNI, you might as well just disconnect, because we're going to talk about it today. You know, it just is what it is. And so I'm just thankful that Mark allowed me the opportunity to purchase the region and really dive into the people here in Southeast Texas and helping them broaden their minds to think outside of, you know, their little city or their subsidiary, or, you know, branch out, like spread your wings. You know, that's what my email today said. You know, if y'all want to spread your wings and do business in East Houston, let's connect with our sister region, right? So I'm real passionate about that. So thanks for having me. And, you know, whenever we initially went into this current situation, you know, Mary Alice Kibido, my area director consultant, she was like, what can we do? And I was just like, you know, we need to make lemonade out of lemons. Like, we can have 2 options. We can sit and dwell in the negativity and how badly we're impacted by this, or we could get creative, and we have to think beyond where we're at, right? So we kind of came up with this presentation. I've done it a few times. I've done it for Rotary. I've done it for other things. And I just think it will make like if it makes a difference in one business, then my job is done, right? Like, I'm just trying to help one person think creatively. So we talked a lot about, you know, right now it's about innovation. It's about staying connected, networking, teamwork, thriving, succeeding anyway, building relationships, and most importantly, being intentional. Now more than ever, it is so important to be intentional, right? So let me see, I'm trying to get, there it goes. Our general guidelines for our calls for this, like if we do question and answer, you be positive and supportive. Mute your connection unless you're speaking. Use the chat bar to connect or comment. We're trying to continue to be professional. And most importantly, let us know how we can help you. So I ask people, like, why are you here? Like, why do you get on networking calls? Like, why are you here today? You know, think about what are you hoping to get from the conversation? So when someone tells you, you know, I want to make lemonade out of lemons, like, what does that mean to you? Because it is a very simple term. We see people say, oh, make lemonade out of lemons, but what does that truly mean, you know? I'm here because of Giver's Gain. I believe in helping people with nothing expected in return. Does it come back to you? Absolutely. We all know that. Community involvement. My goal as our BNI region, you don't have to be a BNI member for me to help you. I've opened up education. We've invited people to come and attend. Will we get some BNI members? Absolutely. Will we build a brand for BNI? Absolutely. But most importantly for us, it's about helping that business make it through today so that they're here tomorrow. I want to educate people on teamwork, because we're better together than by ourselves in just about any situation. And then the possibility thinking, the what if we could connect? What if we could continue to change the way that we do business, and creating new opportunities. So I know, and Houston's no different. There's a lot of businesses and a lot of competition. And, you know, I've had this conversation just this week. I had two similar businesses visit a chapter, and I got a call back and said, well, you know, I don't want to be in with them because, you know, we kind of do the same thing. But I'm like, let's think about that. Do you really do the same thing? You know? So when people really wrap their minds around that you're someone who maybe does similar things to you, or maybe not all that you do, you know, how can you work together to create new opportunities for one another? It's not an all or nothing. Like, either you get just me or there's nothing. Like, you know, you have to learn to work together to create new opportunities for yourself and for your business. You know, we talked a lot about, you know, the state of the workforce, and thankfully today we're better than we were 8 weeks ago. So back when everyone was on a stay-at-home order, we were really digging, and some of our members were really struggling with what am I going to do? Like, what am I going to do? You know, and just the fear of the unknown. Like, don't let fear consume you. But, you know, we're hoping to connect with businesses that are a vital part of Southeast Texas and East Houston, and find out how we can help. As a BNI member, you have access to your chapter, to your members. You know, then you go up the chain to your directors, to your area consultants, with your regional office, with Mark Taylor, very connected. So we have a lot of resources that a lot of people in their business don't have. We want to connect other businesses together to find solutions to their needs. Being innovative and working together is the absolute solution. And, you know, we did a lot of things with thinking about the businesses that had to shut down completely. So, and there are still those businesses now, yes, they may be open, but they're very limited on what they're normally able to do. For example, I had my hair done this morning at 7 a.m. Yes, I was very happy day. But, you know, normally when I'm in there, she might have 2 or 3 or 4 of us going at the same time. So, you know, she's putting on color or cutting, or someone's drying. But their rules have changed, and it is a one-man show. And so she's not able to bring in the amount of work that she normally does. So, you know, when you start thinking about businesses that are truly affected by this, thankfully for BNI, we flipped to online. We really never stopped moving in networking. And then, of course, being in construction, we are an essential business. And so we were able to, business is normal for us. But there were a lot of our members that were effective, and a lot of our friends and local businesses that we love to visit that were affected by just having to shut down completely. So I have to brainstorm on that. So, but the biggest message is it's going to be okay. Like, we are going to make lemonade and work together on that. So when I talk about innovation in our region, I've tried to, obviously Zoom conference, we do use Zoom conference for BNI online. So you're very familiar with that. A lot of people are sitting at home now. They have a whole lot of time on working from home. Social media is on point. You know, branding yourself, branding your business, using text and FaceTime and email, truly thinking about who do you know? Are you getting engaged with those people who, are you getting engaged with the people that you're reaching out to? Has your ideal client changed? Because for a lot of us, our ideal client changed. Who is your ideal client? Who are your referral partners? There's time now, even now, because like my office is shut down. I'm only doing Zoom conference appointments. So I don't have the ins and outs of business people coming in every day. So I'm more apt to sit down and make an appointment and do a 15-minute Zoom conference. So we have the ability to really think beyond and get people who we normally wouldn't be able to connect to connect with a Zoom conference, setting those appointments, and being more intentional with that. You know, some of the tips on how to use your time, like, are you an expert in your field? Use your time wisely and educate yourself. Educate yourself on something that you want to do to make yourself better. You know, I'm not a big social media expert. I've actually signed up for some classes because there's a lot of stuff that I want to do, that I want my social media to look a certain way. You know, I mean, I am kind of a control freak. I do like things done my way, but I'm not an expert in it, so I need to educate myself. Learning to be flexible and being patient. I had a call today, and the lady, one of our members, texted and said, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. My daughter just walked up to her and threw up on her in the middle of the meeting." Like, she's like panicking. And, you know, our work environments have changed. We're working from home. People are homeschooling. And for those of you that have been homeschooling, Lord love you, I have. I finally, after 3 weeks in, paid my daughter $25 a day to be homeschool to my 10-year-old. It was the best decision I ever made. My 10-year-old still loves me. And I'm definitely, I treated all the teachers to lunch one day because I did not need COVID to appreciate a teacher, but I definitely still appreciate a teacher. You know, but people's work environments have changed. And so we have to be flexible with that, you know? So if we're on a call with someone and they get interrupted by their kiddo, it just is what it is. Like, we have to learn, obviously we try to keep it as professional as possible. Like if I'm going to be on the phone with you, I'd prefer that you not be in your PJs on your bed. Like, we're good with that. You know, sit at the table at least, maybe, right, in the pajama bottoms, but you know, whatever. But you try to keep it as professional as possible. And probably the biggest tip I could give people is to just genuinely check on people. You know, when we talk about being visible and building credibility, check on your friends and your family, and you know, just that call to your client saying, hey, I'm just calling to check on you. Because I can tell you, my husband probably called the hairdresser every single day past about the 2-week mark because he likes a haircut every week. And one day she told me this morning, she said the greatest phone call I got from him was after 2 weeks. He just called and said, no, listen, I'm not calling about the haircut that I'm missing out on. I'm just calling to check on you and see if you were okay. She remembers that because not all her clients were doing that. Most of them were trying to get her to work on the black market and come and fix their hair, right? So, you know, we have to just, you know, make 3 calls a day that are nothing more than just hey, I'm just calling to check on you, making sure you're doing okay. How is your business? How can I help you? Find a way to ask people that. How can I help you? When we start talking about trying something new, visit a BNI online chapter. We actually have a member, I believe from y'all's region, coming and getting a sub for her meeting tomorrow and coming and visiting our chapter meeting tomorrow because she wants to connect and do business over here. You know, get creative with that. When do you ever have the opportunity to hop on an online meeting? Like, this won't last forever, hopefully. And we'll go back to live person meetings. So it's great. And we always welcome live people, but this is just super convenient, right? Connect with someone that you view as a great networker. Who do you know that is a great networker that let's visit with them and see what they're doing to be visible and to continue to maintain those relationships. Ask, how can I help you? Ask how their business is going. Who are you trying to connect with? There are lots of ways to ask about how can I help you. Look for that opportunity. Find those who are still working and connect. A lot of people are still working. Now they're working under different conditions. So even because I've had people go, oh, well, you're still working, you're not affected. It's still hard to work under different conditions. It is hard not to have a handshake or a social hug or run and grab a quick lunch somewhere. You can't get away from that. Everyone's situation is different, but the same. Find a way to network. As a BNI member, we are networking with our people. Pull those people in who need you, who need your help. Get creative, use your social media, do a team TikTok. I thought that was really cool. I'm not up with TikTok yet, but my kids are, so I would suggest getting some class. That may be a good topic, Trisha, actually, TikTok. I'm not good at that. We do virtual coffees on our calendar, and I also do a virtual happy hour, sip and socialize. And we've had a lot of fun with that. And, you know, people are like, oh, what are we going to do on a Zoom conference? Well, we did this little game called 2 Truths and a Lie. Turns out I'm a terrible liar because I smile as big as Dallas. The second I say the lie, I'm smiling. So I'm not really good at it, but it was a great way for our members to learn a little bit more about one another without going, okay, I'm going to ask this question, give me an answer. It was just a fun, engaging way to add some value and just break out of the norm, right? I've seen pictures of the day, doing a daily poll, doing a weekly newsletter for your business or your chapter, or doing a photo contest. Those are just some of the ways to kind of change it up. But, you know, my question to you is how can we help you? So I do have Mary Alice's information on here. She could not be on the call today. And then, of course, my information, that is my cell phone number. So you're welcome to jot that down and send me a text, ask me a question. I don't know, we may have some questions, but, you know, I would challenge you guys to be the positivity in someone's life, because it is easy to get wrapped. It's so much easier, and people ride the negativity train. It's just easy but we all know the easy road is not the best road. So, you know, take the high road and be a positive influence in someone's business and in their life, you know, just with that phone call even. So just challenge you, and how can I help you? So if that in your business, do you have questions? Is it in BNI? I'm not uber professional in BNI. I don't know everything, but I've been doing it a little bit. So, and I love it. So if I don't know the answer, I'll find out. So, but that's what I have today. I hope that you guys will just take a little bit of that and tweak your day, make a difference.
I love that. Natasha, that was amazing, amazing information. So I would ask everyone to come off of mute. If you have a question, please speak up, or you can put it in the chat window. I'm monitoring that as well. And let's have a group discussion about what Natasha just presented to us.
Can you go back one slide? That, yes, I want to take a picture of that. Those are awesome.
I got those from a member. She is, she's just a part of a marketing group of just the same profession. And she's like, here, can I send this to you? You were looking for some ideas. I'm like, yes, girl, please. I want to do them all, except that TikTok thing. I'm not that coordinated. Can't do that. But when I do, I'll make sure to post it so everyone can see it.
I like those.
Yeah.
So I would ask, is anyone doing some of these things already?
I'm visiting as many of the things like the virtual happy hour and the coffee, those, and this Need to Know Wednesdays. Trying to do as much of those as I can. But the picture of the day and all that, I want to do that. So I got to step it up.
I'm going to need some help too, Bonnie.
Can I invite our BNI Greater Golden Triangle members to really consider coming to visit as our guest to one of our chapters? Natasha, I love what you said. This, of course, we're wanting to get back to in-person meetings. And when we do, one of the things that we're gonna, I regret or kind of miss is this. It's so easy to, it's easy for me to visit y'all's chapter. Just click. I mean, dress from the waist up, and I can click on, and I'm
You're
there,
in.
right?
Yes.
So we have people. You have BNI cousins over here who want to meet you, and who are not geographically limited. We've even got some people over here, Tori, who are from over there, right?
Yes, I made the connection with Mary Alice this morning, and I have planned to have a one-to-one with Susanna tomorrow. So I'm just meeting everybody.
So Tori, where are you originally from, just since I brought that up?
I'm from Coons.
Oh,
I know
wow.
where Kings is.
See, Natasha, you needed to know, and you all need to know that this is your homegirl. I mean, she's over here in Pearland, but anyway, so it's a lot of fun to make the connections, and I really, really love that, Natasha, you are homegrown BNI, and you understand it, and you are our next door neighbors. And Trisha, I really love the idea that you invited them over here, because why wouldn't we? I mean, there are people over there who want to do business in Houston and vice versa, and this is how you do it. You don't knock doors. You make friends with each other and go, sure, I'll be happy to help you. So I really, really love the dynamics of this.
And Mark, I can share, I can email the region and just send them a link to your regional website with the chapter dates, and because their information is on there for them to come and visit, if that will help. I mean, we've been encouraging our members, like, you've got to connect. Like, you're not maximizing your membership if you are not utilizing BNI online, if you're not connecting. If you can work outside of the area that you live in or where your chapter is, you are missing out. Like, find a way, make it work.
Yeah.
And even if you can't, like I've told people, like, if you can't work that area, find your profession in BNI and see what they're doing to market their business wherever they are. You may learn something.
And we have, our chapter has done a virtual happy hour on Thursday at 5. So we have our regular chapter meeting on Thursdays, and we had a virtual happy hour at 5 o'clock on Thursdays, every Thursday since we started virtual meetings. And I had to move them to once a month, and people were disappointed because we weren't meeting every week. And we always had something fun to talk about. And I told people no work talk, no shop talk. And we always had a game of some sort, like Natasha was describing, where we could get to know each other, even show and tell. How easy is that? Look around you. What do you have? You know, I have this cup with my dog prints on, whatever it is. And then people could get to know each other on a personal level. So those happy hours were great, even at a chapter level for us.
Yeah, and you can do fun things. Like if you're going to do a virtual sip and social or a happy hour, then say, you know, it's going to be, you know, hats off Friday, and everyone wear a hat, and then you talk about that. You know, you could talk about why that hat. Was it just fun? Did you pick it up somewhere? Was it vacation? I mean, is it your kids out of the toy box? The list goes on, you know. So
yeah, is anybody on from First Class Referrals today? Oh, they're missing out. So they have a theme every week in their chapter meeting. Today it was crazy animal pictures. Then they do their virtual backgrounds. And they've had hat day and crazy, you know, crazy whatever day. They even had a movie theme day. And I want you all to know that most of the people in that chapter did not know the poster for Casablanca. I'm just saying. Am I dating myself?
Well, that's a chapter of millennials.
I know.
I mean, they're downtown Houston and all the refurb and all that. So I don't think they would admit it, but if you're over 35, they're probably going to decline your application.
No, I had someone on the call today said at our kickoff said, well, you know, young emerging leaders, if you're under 40, I'm like, listen now, that's getting a little much. A little much.
So a couple of things that I took from Natasha's talk today was she was talking about the outbound calls that we should be making, connecting with our clients just because. So I heard from one of the folks that I was talking to in the last couple of weeks, they're not busy, so they weren't getting inbound calls. So they asked their office workers, instead of sitting around doing nothing, to make outbound calls. They would call each client and say, hi, we were thinking about you. We hope you're okay. How are you doing? If you're going to pay people to sit in the office anyway, why wouldn't you use them to connect with all of your clients, your current clients, if you still have people on staff? So I think that's a great idea, Natasha, to make those outbound calls to your friends, your family, and to your clients as well. And, you know, all about the who do you know, right? Who do you know that I want to meet? Who do you know that someone else might want to meet? So I was talking to Natalie Shipp this morning, and she shared with me the most amazing idea. I told her that I was going to share it with you guys today. It was at the beginning of quarantine. She was looking for some help. So she collected a group of financial advisors. Guess what industry she's in? She's a financial advisor. There are 8 of them in the BNI Houston East region. And they were meeting every single week for an hour to share stories. So Natasha talked about being in the same industry, and some people feel protective of that. You shouldn't. These guys have been meeting throughout quarantine, and they continue to do that. So I would challenge you to go find other people in your same industry and share stories. Meet on a regular basis. Figure out who they are. And set up a meeting. It only needs to be once a month. Natalie said every week is too much right now. So once a month, find the other people in your industry so that you guys can share what's going on, right? The good and the bad, and learn from each other.
I'll add to that on it. I'm pretty blunt about it, because I've actually had to sit down and tell, if I know them pretty well, I'm like, you're going to have to get over yourself. Like, you're never going to grow if you're not finding more out about your industry or others. We have a florist in our chapter, and she actually is like, I want to have a relationship with another florist, because when I'm on vacation and I get a call or an order, I want to make sure that that person still gets their birthday flowers. You know, I'm going to be gone doing training. I need that to go. Because she does not have a full-blown staff. She does delivery appointments only, those types of things. So she works under the relationship with another florist. They have an agreement. They're not taking each other's clients. They're helping one another out so that they are still helping people, because that was more important to them than the dollar. So
yeah, I love that. All right, so I have one more challenge for you guys, because we're all here and we have time. Don't get uncomfortable and don't drop off the call. I'm going to send you to a breakout room, and here's your assignment. You're going to be in a breakout room with at least 3 people. I want you to have your calendar ready, and I want you to schedule a one-to-one. If you already know that person, then maybe you can have a discussion about who do they know that you might like to meet, or how could you guys connect someplace in the middle to build a team of people that could help each other. So I'm going to put you in breakout rooms. I'm going to leave you there for 10 minutes. I know, oh my gosh, what are you going to do for 10 whole minutes with some stranger? You're going to network with them. You're going to get to know them, and you're going to put them on your schedule so that you guys can have a one-to-one. We are in this virtual world, and it is so easy to connect with people right now. Uncomfortable, maybe, but easy, right? So I'm going to put you guys in a breakout room for 10 minutes. Make sure that you come back with who you scheduled a one-to-one with, okay? Nobody leave.
I can't go down the hall to the bathroom real quick?
No, you have to stay, Mark. You have to stay.
All right, all right.
All right, here we go. Here we go. Off you go. See you in a few minutes. Hi, Tara. How are you?
Doing well. How are you today?
I'm good. Did you just join us?
I did.
All right, let me see. We're in breakout rooms, so let me find a breakout room for you. Hold on one second.
What's our activity?
So we're scheduling one-to-ones
Oh,
and getting to know the people that are in that breakout room. So let me see if I can assign you to, I'm going to assign you to a room that only has 2 people in it right now. Hold on. Sorry.
no.
Number 5, and I'll pop over there with you. Okay. All right, so everyone knows you come back into the main room muted. So if you were unmuted, now you're muted, just so everybody knows. All right, we still got folks coming back.
Mark, I just sent
Seconds
you
and we
my
should have
email.
everybody back, almost. All right, I think we have everyone back. So what'd you guys think?
Good.
Good exercise? I know Mark, Dominique, and Gretchen, thank you for being last minute players. I was just trying to get somebody in their room. They all knew each other. So I don't know if people saw me popping in and out of the room. Please know if you're doing a Zoom meeting, you can use these breakout rooms for tons of different things, right? Tons of different discussions. And getting people to connect in smaller groups is helpful in some ways. Not everyone likes to connect or speak up in a larger group. All right, so who connected with somebody they did not know to begin with? Okay, good. Bill, tell me about it.
Oh, met with Rick Dana. He's with the new chapter that just came online. Had a great conversation between Rick and Michelle. We talked so much we barely had time to exchange information, but we are going to get this one-to-one schedule.
That's great. Yeah, 10 minutes seems like a long time going into it, but it goes by super fast. Who else met
Right.
somebody new?
I did.
Deborah, who'd you meet?
I met JC.
All right.
And
How did that go?
It went great. We have a one-to-one scheduled for Tuesday. I'm presenting next week, so she's going to give me some tips on the online presence.
That's wonderful.
I'm excited.
That's great. Anybody else meet someone new?
I did. I met Rochelle, and the funny thing is someone just commented on social media, like, who do you know that I could take these animal hides and make into a bag? And I was like, oh my gosh, like, I need to know you. I'm gonna share your information with her.
I love that. I love that. All right. Any insights? What else? Even if you didn't meet somebody new, was there any insight into the information that Natasha shared with us today, or being in a smaller group and having discussions? I'm happy to sit here in awkward silence as long as you want to.
So Natasha, I feel like you just gave me this big old laundry list, and thank you so much. Those were all, each one of them individually were such great ideas. I'm trying to figure out how long it's going to take me to work through your list. Thank you.
Well, good. Yeah. I hope it changes your business, or I do. I hope you see some success from that and make some connections from it.
I would like to add to, I enjoyed your presentation and about meeting people in your same industry. Sometimes when I'm calling IRS, I'm on the phone an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours or whatever. So sometimes when I have the phone with me, I'm going down the hall. So I've met other tax preparers, and we've actually done business together because she didn't know how to do partnership maybe, and she asked me to work with her. So that's a great.
Yeah, I think it's funny because in BNI, like we'll have 5 insurance people in our chapters, but then if we want to have a residential landscaper and a commercial landscaper, they're all fit to be tied about it. I'm like, hang on now, we have these insurance people that are passing more referrals, having each other. They pass more referrals to one another. You gotta think bigger,
Absolutely. Well, and legend has it, there's a chapter out there somewhere in the world that has 20 attorneys. It's not that I would ever want to be part of that chapter.
Me.
But legend has it. There is a chapter in Midtown that has 5 attorneys. I have visited that chapter. It's very interesting because they all have their own niche.
Yeah.
I want that for the Pearland chapter. So yes. I'm working on it. Gonna make it happen.
Good, Tara. I love that. All right, you guys, we have about 13 minutes. If anybody has any last comments, questions, conjectures.
I have a question.
Go for it.
Hey, Natasha.
Yes, sir.
What are you doing this Friday at like 8 a.m.?
I will be on the Are You Making Money call, on the rum call with
Really?
Yes.
I'm going to be on that call.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe it.
Yeah, my Friday just got
Small
better.
world.
So what do you know about the Are You Making Money call?
Well, you gave me some questions. So hopefully my answers will help someone make money in their business.
Great. You're gonna do great.
I want to go.
Look, if you can go to BNI Corporate out in North Carolina and spend all day in 7 individual interviews with everybody they can throw at you, and them call me and say, "Where'd you get this gal? She's amazing." Friday will be no problem for you.
Okay, good, good.
So for those of you who might not have, may not be familiar with that, I can just tell you from mine and Natasha's standpoint, this is not about selling memberships. This is not about any of that. This is about helping you make money in this thing. And we realize it's a whole culture. It's a different language and all that. And so it's not easily done. But so we want to help you at wherever stage you are in your BNI, the BNI game, help you make money. It's not okay just to do all the, attend chapters and pass referrals and bring visitors and do CEUs and so forth if you're not making money. So we want to help you do that. Everybody's got their own experiences, and Natasha's certainly got a lot that she can share with you about how she's done like everybody else. There's a cycle of times you make money, times you don't, and how do you stick with it, and from a BNI context in particular. So that's what the RUM call, Are You Making Money? It's kind of an acronym for that, that we do every Friday. And so for our BNI cousins out in the Golden Triangle, come join us.
I can share the link. I'll email it out regionally to let everyone know that I'm on it, and email it out to you guys for our region.
Yeah. Hey, Tricia, should we invite them for like every Friday or just this Friday?
Yes.
Hey, raise your hand if you have been featured on our RUM call. Wait, do this. Do this if you've been featured on our RUM call.
We're all in a row on my screen.
Yeah, wow. Notice it's all women. I'm just saying.
We're just, a little smarter than the average bear.
Yeah, yeah.
I will tell you guys too, like people get sometimes so caught up in, as far as BNI goes, I've had several members that have come to me that are struggling with, man, I'm not able to pass referrals, I'm concerned, I'm struggling here and there, and if I could tell you guys anything, don't get so caught up in the numbers that you lose what you're truly doing in BNI. So, I mean, I'm not saying who cares that you didn't meet minimum expectation 1 month, but the good news is that you start over next month, and your goal is to always be better and always be trying. So don't get caught up in the numbers that you get so stressed out about it that you don't enjoy it, because BNI is enjoyable, and BNI will bring you so much more than a referral or the money in your pocket. Yes, it's all great. But for most of us, it's more about helping each other and growing so much deeper than our pocketbooks. So don't lose sight of what you're really doing with that. Don't get caught up in the numbers. We all know we're not networking like we normally do. There's not all these opportunities to meet people we've never met before. We're having to find new ways to do that. So don't get caught up in the numbers that you lose sight of what you're really here for. Because I've had a couple of members come to me like, man, I'm not gonna have 100 this month, or I can't get a visitor. I'm not saying to quit inviting. I'm saying always invite, but don't get caught up in it. Don't stress yourself out about it to where you're like, I can't do BNI, because that would be the biggest mistake you ever make, is not building your pipeline right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and if you see somebody who's good at this video thing, reach out to them, connect with them, see how you can use it with your own teams or with people in your industry, and have face-to-face meetings through video. I promise it makes a huge difference versus just getting on the telephone. People can see your face and they can connect with you and they can see your body language. We live and thrive on that, right? Normally 80% of what we take in from someone else is based on their body language. And if you're on the telephone, you can't connect with people as easily. And it's a little hard on video, but it's certainly much easier than just voice to voice. So connect with people, and you guys can you have access to Zoom for free as a basic version of Zoom. You could do it on Hangouts. There are a lot of free tools out there. So please use the technology. Absolutely.
Well, and I will add to that. How many of you have ever received a text or an email that you've actually, and this has happened, I've called my friend Jennifer Bird, she's on this call, and said, can you believe this person thinks they're going to text me in all caps? Well, turns out some people don't realize caps is yelling in text world and email. Okay.
Sorry, Natasha. Sorry, I didn't know.
I mean, Mark had no idea, right? So my point in saying that is you really don't know what the other person's thinking. So yes, I agree with utilizing the Zoom tool and figuring it out how to let people see you. So Mary Alice says this, it's not social distancing, it's physical distancing. We still are social. So be social, just do it at a distance, okay? And no caps.
Yeah. And the Facebook has come out with the new rooms also.
Yeah, that's true. Thank you for bringing that up, Rochelle. You can actually, if you have a group in Facebook, you can use rooms. It's just like, I think they're actually using Zoom as the platform, and you can do it from Facebook, and you can have a group of people on video. It's pretty awesome.
Zoom has done very well with all this.
Yeah, absolutely.
And all the other online platforms.
And I would say to you, you know, even just the physical distancing and using video, get it, but use it in your business. Figure out a way that you can use this video in your business. You can still get clients, and it's a lot easier to connect with clients if you're using video than it is just picking up the phone to call them. So, you know, be clever about the way you use the technology. People are very accepting right now of video calls. Most people know how to use it because they've been forced to use it. So take advantage of it in your business, for sure. Mark, any parting words?
No, ma'am.
Right.
You
guys are all awesome and amazing. Thank you for joining another wonderful What You Need to Know Wednesday. We've got some great speakers lined up for next week. So join us again next Wednesday at noon. See you guys later.
Great. Bye. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you, guys.